There we go. So there you go, guys. I hope you get to enjoy these Easter gluten-free strawberry tiramisu Easter bunnies. Hello! Welcome to Native Eats, where we are reinventing American and ethnic cuisine. Clean, natural, and beneficial. Today is an awesome day because it's an Easter special. I don't always dress like a bunny. Anyways, so today we're making these really cool strawberry tiramisu bunny cupcakes. They are going to be amazing. If you want to get this recipe and you want to get a convenient cart that we put together for you with all the ingredients, click the little arrow on the description and you can have access to that. And if you like what you see today or on any of our shows, subscribe and you will get access to all the latest shows. You hit the little post notification and it'll update you. We put out shows every week and you'll get the latest and greatest shows like our Easter show today. So what you will need for these gorgeous cupcakes that are gluten-free is we're gonna start off and make our own strawberry syrup for the inside of these strawberry tiramisu cupcakes. So you're gonna need some strawberries, just to, maybe like a handful, like 10 or 20 strawberries that we're gonna cut up and we're gonna make a syrup. You're gonna need a double broiler because we're gonna melt some white chocolate to decorate our bunny ears. And you're gonna need to make a batch of our gluten-free ladyfingers. And so that's gonna be our little bunny ears. And then from there, you will need some nice sized cupcakes. So with that, over here, we're gonna make up our cupcakes and we're gonna kind of do that first. I'm gonna turn these down because we're gonna start our cupcake portion first. So for the cupcakes, we are going to you'll need some sugar, some coconut flour, some salt, nutmeg, baking powder, baking soda, some vanilla bean. This is optional. I love using it though. And some oil, some really good oil. And so for your oil, I'm today gonna use almond oil. I love almond oil. You can also use avocado oil, some kind of oil that's not, coconut oil isn't really good for this because depending on temperature. So try to use something that stays solidified. You need quite a few eggs for this recipe. And so what you need is, what do I have here? I have we have 9 eggs. So we're gonna do 9 eggs in our bowl and we're gonna get those mixed. And so let's get started with our wet ingredients. First thing we're going to do is get our sugar in the bowl and our eggs. All right, so here we go. Let's get our eggs in. All right, so I started off with half a cup of the sugar and we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna use 1.5 cups of sugar for this recipe. Okay, and there's our 4 eggs. Start off with that. All right, so now we're going to finish adding in our eggs. Okay. And now we're gonna go in with 3/4 cups of oil. So I'm gonna do 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and to this, we'll add our vanilla. And while that's kind of mixing, crank your oven on 375. Bake. All right, so now that you got your oven crankied, we're gonna put in about a teaspoon of vanilla. And you can do the vanilla bean at any point in this process. I'm just gonna put it into the wet. I like the vanilla bean. I'm gonna put about a 1/4 teaspoon of the Madagascar vanilla bean powder. Okay, and so to this, we're going to sift in, let's bring this puppy back into the mix. We're gonna sift in 3/4 cup of coconut flour. Coconut flour is very dense, so it goes a long way, so you don't need a lot. 3/4 cup is good. Next to this, we're going to do 3/4 of salt. We're going to do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. So equal on that. All right, and then the last thing we're going to add in is our nutmeg. Nutmeg is optional and you only need a splash. Don't use a lot of that. Dash, splash, or a pinch. And that's it. Sift it in. There you have it. All right. So looks like we've got everything into the party and we're ready to start adding our dry ingredients to our wet. Okay, I think we can start adding this in. It looks pretty. So let's just go ahead and start adding little by little. And I would say, you know, go ahead and mix this for 3 to 5 minutes. Let it get happy, yummy. And you know, I always say that gluten-free flour typically does appreciate a little good mix. So that's why I say you can go about 3 to 5 minutes on that. Okay, I'm gonna say go for it. Looks really pretty, looks gorgeous. So, for safe measure, let's go ahead and spray, get a good, I always buy these really good oil sprays. You don't want to buy olive oil sprays and such. Those are not really good to cook on high heats for various reasons, and you can look it up. We'll share it on our oils discussion, but also you know, some of the other ones like, you know, Pam with some of the, you know, bad ingredients. You want to look for one that is a good high heat and has a good some good ingredients in it, and this is just straight up avocado oil. A little spray, and I'm probably going to put a little bit of a dusting of tapioca flour just so that they are nice when they come out. This mix looks so good. Really pretty batter, and that is really a good consistency that you're looking for these cupcakes. Okay, we're just going to put a little tapioca into here on these. Okay, that's really nice. Okay, beautiful. We're ready to pour. Let's get these in to our cakes. I'm gonna fill them quite liberally. All right, these are gonna be gorgeous cupcakes. Okay, so in the oven, we're gonna blast these in for 20 minutes in the middle rack. Just like that. At 3 3/4. Try not to tip them too much. And then check them in 20 minutes. Let's check them in 18 for fun. All right, our cupcakes are done. Let's check them with a little bit of a toothpick. All right, so find your fattest one and just go in. Definitely done. So these are cute, ready to go. Cupcakes. So we're gonna let these cool while we finish up our other. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so now let's go on to the rest. While this is cooling, we're just gonna finish up our strawberry filling. And I have here, you know, as I mentioned, about a pound of strawberries that we're just gonna cook down and we're gonna strain them. Okay, so we've got these going in here, and in our double boiler, you know, it's kind of warm. I'm gonna turn it down to low because you really don't want to, we're just trying to melt these. We're gonna put some really good white chocolate in here. So this is what we're gonna cover our bunnies with, or their ears rather. Spread it out. And now we're just gonna stir up these pretty berries to create a nice little liquid. I'm just gonna let that boil. And I am gonna add a little bit of sugar to this. I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of sugar to that. This is a Meyer lemon. Just gonna give it a quick rinse. And we're just gonna zest it into. It is optional, but definitely brightens it up. And you don't want to overwhelm it, so that's good. Just keep that going. That's going to be yum, yum, yum. I'm going to stir this white chocolate. Normally I advocate a wooden spoon, but I'm going to go with a metal spoon for this. Yeah, that looks really good. Now, we want to make ears with this. So let's go ahead and try this, try to get our ears going. All we need is a little parchment paper. Okay. Let's get a little parchment paper to put these on. Hey, he's like licking the sides of these cookies. All right, so let's go ahead and try to pick out the best looking ears here. All right, so I think that's a really cute ear. Okay, let's try these two. All right, so like that. And there we go. Let's try that. I'm just gonna, there. Okay, okay. Okay, last thing I wanna do is I wanna try to make some pink centers. Just do a little pink center. Okay, I think that looks like pink centers. All right, last thing, we're gonna just switch this up to a little bit of a bigger, because I didn't realize this was gonna be so big, and I want these to look pretty. So we're just gonna transfer these over to a little bit of a bigger sheet pan and take these straight into your refrigerator, and then we're gonna have some bunny ears. Okay, so this looks really pretty. You can see. Just gonna turn this off. We have plenty of strawberry yummy juice in here. Okay. Oh, that looks so good. And you can even just press it a little. That's what we're getting there. And there we go. So now I'm just gonna set this aside because that's plenty for these cupcakes. And we're gonna move on to the icing. Okay, we're moving on to the final step, to the frontier. And that is our icing. You really only need 4 ingredients, by the way, for this icing recipe. You need mascarpone cheese, you need heavy whipping cream, which in this case I'm gonna use coconut cream. You need sugar, and you need vanilla. Okay, 4 ingredients. That's it for this icing. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna start the sugar, and we're gonna start the mascarpone. I have here 8 ounces of mascarpone. I'm just gonna use the whole thing. Get that all in there. There's that. Now we need half a cup of sugar, and we're just gonna cream this up. This is a 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna add 2, and we're going at it. There we go. Now, if you use this coconut milk method, don't disturb it. You don't wanna disturb that liquid in there at all. You don't wanna mix it. Keep it separated like that, okay? Don't squeeze it, don't do anything to stir it up. Most of the time, if you're gonna use this liquid, you're gonna shake it up really, really good before you use it because you're gonna mix all of that in for the coconut milk. But we want the coconut cream, so we're gonna harvest it like little scientists out of this box. This looks really good. So, really good creamy consistency. Now we can go in with our half a teaspoon of vanilla. Go with a half a teaspoon of that. And finally, our 1 cup of cream. Look at that, cream. You don't even, this doesn't even get refrigerated. Isn't that cool? After you open it, it does, of course. But, you know, I keep this in my garage on my storage shelf. I mean, this stuff's fantastic. I just love it. That's good. We're gonna stop there. Those look kind of pretty. So I have already started a couple of our bunnies with the icing that we cooled in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna show you kind of like the makeshift tools that I created to sort of fill these cupcakes. All right, So what I did, and you can obviously do however, whatever variation of this that you wish, but what I did is I grabbed an apple core and I sunk 3 holes, and you can save these actually either to eat them or to stuff for filling. And so 3 holes, and then this third one is just to kind of give you some stability and some place to put some more cream and strawberry. In that, we're gonna bring, I have an ice pack on my icing because I wanted to keep it super cold as I'm working, because it does have whipped cream in it. So what I'm doing is I'm just filling that inside. That's our tiramisu mascarpone. And I'm gonna then put our nice, not too much of this because you really don't want, I would say that I'm probably using a teaspoon per cupcake. You don't wanna overdo that because you don't want a soggy cupcake. And then the last step is you get your little ears. Oh my gosh, so proud. And then we're just gonna, you know, I actually went through, because I'm a little bit of a, you know, I guess a creative stickler, if you will. And I like matched up all my ears. And so you can do that too, to make sure that they look good together. And then you use your discretion if you need to, if you can restuff it. And in this case, I am gonna restuff it just a little bit. And okay, those look good. Now after I restuff it, I'm gonna come back in and I'm gonna lay out the icing in such a way to where I can just come in and sort of make it pretty afterwards. Because it's really hard to make it pretty with this pipe bag. All right, so there's that bunny. We're gonna come back and make those pretty. And we only have 2 more to make. So I'm just picking the largest, sturdiest cupcakes to work with. Okay, so I think we're ready to like put the final touches on these pretty little bunnies. With the rest of these, you know, because we didn't make enough ears, you know what I'm gonna do? You can make a basic one. Take it, put your hole, not as fancy, but still delicious. Hole back in, boom, yum. And then, that's how you do that. Okay, so we're gonna just come in and just sort of ice these bunnies. We're just gonna ice them up. All right, and then the last thing we're gonna do is put some noses. I got these really cute hearts. So all you need is a little upside down heart for a nose. You can use a red one if you want. And then, what do we say? Jelly beans for eyes or these guys? We'll try one of each for eyes. Green, let's see. Green eyes. That's cute, right? All right, and then we've got these cute little flowers that are so adorbs in the hair. All right, that's so cute, right? And voila, guys. There you go. I mean, you could, if you really wanted to get like technical, you could try to put a couple whiskers. There we go. So there you go, guys. I hope you get to enjoy these Easter gluten-free strawberry tiramisu Easter bunnies. Thanks for watching. And if you like the show, you like what you see, subscribe and hit the little post notifications so that you can get all the latest and greatest recipes and updates. I'll see you guys next time on Native Eats. Happy Easter.